Ahoy hoy, it's the other Jason. I'm back in Star Mazdas, this time at Road Atlanta. This is the first race I've done in over a week, so what that means is I will go careening off into the grass in turn 1, destroy my race car, and then not get to race again for another week because I'm going out of town. Hopefully not, but that is the most likely outcome, let's be honest. I did manage to qualify here. I ran this exact race 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, but it was one of the last races I did, so I do feel pretty comfortable here. And I thought I was decently fast until I actually qualified and looked at some times. Apparently I'm not really, but it's alright, respectable.
Green, green, green.
I have respectable speed here. And I don't know anyone else in this race, but I imagine the guys in front of me are pretty solid.
Car on your right. Still there?
What happened?
Clear on
That
the
was
right.
very weird.
Got one on your right. Clear on the right. Got one on your right.
Jesus.
Clear on the right.
Sure, that's how I wanted to start the race. That freaked me out. Whatever was going on with the car behind me. I don't know if I got any damage. It feels like I have a little bit. But that, like his car was flipping over mine, but then didn't hit me. And that made me check up. Some guy jumped on the inside. That was disastrous, but looks like we got ourselves a survival race. Let's even get my head back in my skull and make the best of this. We may have accidentally given ourselves a fun race here with that little adventure. Because I do certainly expect to be faster than the handful of guys right in front of me. I think most of that was kind of nerves, and I haven't driven around other cars in weeks. I think week 13 was the last race I did. So when stuff started going sideways and I had other people around me, I just panicked. Wonderful. Car feels just fine. I think I just barely rubbed tires and then lost it all on my own and somehow stayed out of the rest of the field. Or should I say the rest of the field stayed out of me. This corner right here is just, it's already really tricky, the one I just went over, on cold tires in this car. And doing it on cold tires, half speed, in traffic, threw me for a bit of a loop. This guy's very slow into the corner, so hopefully I can get around him here pretty quickly. He's letting me back.
Car on your right.
Nice.
Clear on the right.
This could be fun. I think this is one of the most fun car track combinations for some reason. I was never a huge fan of this track, but in the Star Mazda, it's just so much fun. I felt the same way about Okayama when I didn't race there. I did a couple of practices, and it just seems to suit the car. I've decided that these Star Mazdas both feel like and sound like remote control cars. If I was able to sit inside a remote control car and drive it around, I imagine it would handle exactly the same as this thing does. Alright, now for the fun. Slow guy.
Got one on your left. All
That's where you
clear,
want to
all
pass
clear.
somebody on this track. It's right there, through the S's. No problem. I'm not sure if he picked up damage or if he was just got run over and was off the pace for some reason. He's the only driver in this race that's name sounds familiar to me. I think I've raced with Jason before. Narrowly avoided some Jason on Jason violence back there. Just put that little antenna right on the guy in front. Oof. Not entirely sure what I was doing there. I think I actually pushed the brake pedal all the way to the floor going into that corner there for some reason. This thing does not have anti-lock brakes. It is not a roof. lap times, my best lap is just a hair under 118 flat.
What are you doing, dude? I am way faster than you. Let me go. You're scaring me.
What he said. Everybody should let me go. Oh man, we got a train here. What is this guy doing? What is he doing?
All clear.
What is he doing? That guy scares the crap out of me. And it really is hard to tell when you're behind someone like that if that's their line or if he was just loose and catching it back and forth across the track. I hope to God I'm not near this guy going through the S's on this next lap, but it looks like that's probably going to happen. Look at that train in front of us. That's incredible. Everybody's single file.
We've got a slow car on the way.
Lost one from the train. P6 is down. Oh, I don't want to be behind this guy. Especially in this corner. I'm just going to back off. So I think that corner is where... Whoa, God. Okay. Carry on. That corner is where I make up a lot of time on these slower cars, but when you're behind them, you don't have anywhere to go. I'm just trying to stay out of these people's way because there's been a little bit of unpredictable driving here. It seems like all these guys are pretty cautious, like in traffic. Like there's a lot of just single file. I didn't see a lot of nonsense on the back straight when I was paying attention, but their line through the S's and through the first half of this track, there's weird stuff going on, that's for sure. I'm probably going to get by this guy before the chicane up here, but that's not a certainty. Do I want to stick my nose in, depending on how late it is? No. You're a
Got
hello.
one on your left.
Okay,
Three
hello
wide, you're
guys,
in the
move,
middle.
please.
All clear, all clear. Car on your left. All clear, all clear.
What is going on? Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
In that corner, when a car's in front of you just where that guy is, you can't see your marker either. You can't see that apex when you come over the hill. Man, this is fun. I wish I were you guys. I wish I could see a replay of what just happened back there.
You got one on your left. Clear on the left. You got one on your left. Still there?
This
Hold
is
your
when I'm
line.
glad I have 3 monitors. You guys can't see, but I can.
Still there? Hold
I'm
your line.
inches away from that guy. I can just barely see him on my other monitor. Now he's gone.
Stay right.
I might have
Clear
to
on the
let him
left.
go by here.
What's an average, like, lap around here, like a good lap?
Anything under 118 is pretty good. Or at least decent. I think the pole time's probably 117 flat or 116 somewhere.
Definitely some 116s out there. Jesus Christ, I'm so far off the pace, it's stupid.
Cones everywhere. Oh, that felt so good to finally be able to run my normal line right as I
Quick
say
gear is
that.
about a 17.5 race
You
pace.
got one on your right. All
Quality
clear,
time
all
about
clear.
16.7.
Yeah, that sounds right. Man.
I think the pole time's actually a 16.5 though.
The first half of this track, when you're out in clean air, it's the best feeling in the world. When you just pass some people and you get that clean air, oh man. And when you're behind people, it's just the worst because you just can't trust what other people are going to do. I think I can get my nose in
You
here
got one on your
before.
right. Clear on the right.
Moving on up. All right. Clean air for the first time in a long time.
Good job, man. You're in the top 10.
And that is the first time I've really felt like I've nailed that corner. Feels so good. This corner right here, the one I just went through, that's the one where my setup is fighting me the most. I just can't quite get the line. And I'm sure I can improve my setup to address it. Because what happens to me is if I turn in aggressively there like I want to, I've lost the car a few times in practice. And so I started taking a much more conservative entry in there, and I actually found it, I was faster through it somehow, so that's great for me now. That was good news, but I'm sure if I wanted to pick up that extra second to get close to the pole times, that corner would be a good spot to tackle, and I'd probably have to make some setup changes. I almost blew my engine back there, incidentally. I went all the way down into second a little faster than I meant to. It's very easy to do in this car. I've blown a few engines in practice. And I'm still bottoming out a little bit here and there. I don't know that that's necessarily a bad thing, but I can hear the car scraping the ground. I almost started yodeling. As I was saying that last sentence going through the corner, my car got a little sideways, and as I jiggled the wheel back and forth, I think I yodeled for a second. So excuse me. It happens. There will be the occasional panic yodel or Chewbacca noise. We're moving up to these guys in front, and the guy behind me seems like he's right keeping pace, so hopefully I'll have some good racing with him in the latter half of this race. It could be that I'm faster in most places and he's just sucking up in the draft, but I'm not quite arrogant enough to say that that's the only reason he's keeping up with me. Oh, a little too deep into this corner, but there's nowhere to pass. It's a nice thing about making mistakes early in the track here. There's just nowhere to get by.
Got one on your right.
He's gonna try to force this one by. I think he'll get it.
Still there.
I'm fighting for it.
Clear on the right.
Why not, right? That's awesome. I hope he doesn't think that was too much of a dick move. I was just trying to defend the position, and I personally, I feel comfortable running too wide through the S's if it's, I know I can hold my own line. That's not to say I feel comfortable just picking any random human being and sticking him in a car next to me at 100 miles an hour through the S's, but that guy seems pretty capable. Hopefully he's having fun too, and I'm not just being a dick. I'll try not to run off in that corner again, though, in the future. Those curbs back there are deadly to this car. That's actually one of the few things I adjusted from the last time I ran this. Because I was pretty happy with my setup the last time I ran this track, but the curbs were eating me up. Oh God, speaking of. Oh no, I thought you'd get clear of me there. I'm sorry, man. Not that I had any control over where I went, but I'm sorry, man.
Looks like your car is toast. You'll need to tow it back to the pit lane. Press and hold the reset button and we'll come get you.
Yeah, that's probably the end of this race. Don't think they're going to be able to make this car go fast again. Seems like I might as well leave you guys with some sad music and slow motion replays. See you next time.